I don't like the batter on that. It's like cake, it's like Yorkshire pudding, actually. It is. Right, we're at Kirkhall Lane, Chippy in Leigh. And this is supposed to be a really popular one. We actually reviewed a couple of others in Leigh. Whenever it got into the groups and things like that, people were always saying, try this one, try this one. So we've got a few different things here. Absolutely spotless in there, by the way. Young girl serving behind the counter. She was lovely, friendly and smiley. That's what you want, isn't it? So what have we got here? Oh, look at all the cheese on that. We got chili, cheese and chips. And there's plenty of cheese on there. That is roasting. And I tell you what, wife said, don't eat all the cheese. This is hers. This was her choice. And a good choice at that. Right, that was a bit of a quickie. But they only need a spoonful of anything, really, to get that taste, to know what's in it. It's mild. It's not spicy in any way, really. It's got everything you want in there. You've got your kidney beans in there. I mean, sometimes they just make them up with all baked beans. But we like our chili con carnes in the UK, especially in the north. And you'll find lots and lots of chippies. Traditional chippies that might not sell anything but traditional chippy fare, not kebabs and pizzas and all that, but they might do chili con carne. And normally we've asked for an half and half there, which is half rice, half chips, but they didn't have any rice. So it was just like a few chips. My wife didn't want too many chips. So, but that was nice. And yes, we asked for the cheese extra. Not a fan of the packaging. That looks really nice. Okay, it's roasting hot. Got a real sweetness to it. I mean, I can only think it's in the batter. But it's got through to the fish there. I don't know what the sweetness is. Got quite a good palate, obviously. But that sweetness, the batter's a little bit oily, but it is quite nice. Let's go with the chips. The sort of chips you knock about with up and down the beachfront or whatever, in a bag, eating them out of a cone or a bag. Yeah, I like them. I could quite easily just sit here picking at these chips. With it, it's £8.50 or something like that. You get your fish, you get your chips, and I've got two sides going on here. I've got a curry and I've got a mushy peas. Because I said to the young girl, I says, have you got the curry and the peas on there? Because I looked at the receipt and it didn't show. There was just £8.50. And it was for this, I thought it was just the fish and chips. But it wasn't. It also, she said it also included these. So, you know, how can you argue? Let's have a look at these peas. Bit of a stir up. Peas are a little bit on the moist side for me. But they're nice and subtle, not overdone. Yeah. Look how thick that is. You had a choice of curry. The English or the Chinese. It's got a kick to it. It's got a sweetness, but not too sweet. And there's maybe a cornflour going on there to keep it firm. Not my favourite curry, but after 130 chip shops, that's going to take some doing, isn't it? We've got a spam fritter you can get a lot of grease with a spam fritter, and this one's no exception. Apart from them holding the oil themselves, the batter will hold it too. I don't like the batter on that. It's like cake. It's like Yorkshire pudding, actually. It is. I'm sure that's Yorkshire pudding mix. But it does hold that oil. And quite often, more often than not, the shorter the cook, the less likely it is to ooze the fats out of it. Or really cooking it until it's dry before battering it. And, you know, you can lose a lot of the oils that way beforehand. We're trying to get that just right with spam. And these are quite big slices of spam, these. They also did battered black pudding, if anybody fancies that. Like I say, this batter on here, I should have got some gravy. I could have poured the gravy just on that batter. Well, that's it. So it's back to the computer. We're going to have a look at some reviews, a low one, somewhere in the middle, a high one, and I'm going to write mine. So we'll see you there. Right, so as we get through these reviews that I'm going to read out in a second, I thought it important to let you know that at the end of this, when it comes to my review, I'm going to explain a little bit about how I got to that review and a little chat I had with the owner a little later. Kirkhall Lane Chip, 4.6 for 249 reviews, which is great. 1 star. I've always enjoyed the fish and chips from here for a good while now. However, the last order we took home was very, very salty. So salty that we couldn't eat it. I was hoping to find a phone number online to ring and make them aware, but had no joy in doing so. Now, I've just looked here for Kirkhall Lane Chippy, and there is a telephone number. Whether that's new or not, I don't know. So anybody struggling to find numbers for things, always go to Google, because it'll point you in the direction of a Facebook page, which you could use Messenger for, or to contact the shop. Or there's usually a phone number of sorts in the description from Google. But a website is the way to go. Don't pay anybody. You can get free ones, and you can set them up yourself. I know you're busy people, but it would help an awful lot people to be able to see a menu, an updated menu, and all the contacts there and social media links and a little bit about the shop. Makes a huge difference, massive difference. And for what little time it takes. 3 star. Food's hit and miss really, depends what you order. Forgot a few things and I live 10 minutes away. Response from the owner. Hi Amanda, thank you for taking the time to leave us a review. We apologise for the inconvenience caused. If you have any issues, please ring the shop and we will sort it as quickly as we can. Or, if you're not happy with the quality of the food, we are very happy to refund your money back. We hope to see you again soon. Kind regards, Donald. 5 star. What a wonderful chippy. My wife normally does the chippy run when we have one, but I went tonight, and what a lovely place it is. The staff are so friendly, everything is clean, food is delicious. Definitely the best local chippy. Mine, 3 star. Now I got to this because I found the food really quite nice. For the most part, the hygiene rating was only 3. Basically satisfactory. Food, restaurants and takeaways should be in the 4 and 5. Ideally 5 for everyone, isn't it? But 4 or 5 is the way to go. But a lot of people will say, well, you know, I've been going to mine. It might have been rated as a 1. I've been going there for years, never had a problem, and that's fine. But the rating's there for a reason. You know, it's not my business, is it? But at the same time, I'm reviewing the place. So I've got to give it my honest opinion. Having heard great things about this traditional chippy, I decided to call in. First impression, the place looked spotless. Everything was neat and tidy and organised, gleaming like a new pin. It's been quite some time since I've seen a chippy sparkle like that. The young lady taking our order was an absolute ray of sunshine, friendly, polite and smiling throughout. I opted for the fish supper, which included haddock, chips and sides, 2 sides, and I must say the value was exceptional. That was £8.50. And, you know, it wasn't all splurged onto the tray. It was tub of curry and a tub, and you could choose whether it might have been gravy or beans, maybe, I don't know. But you had choices in your sides. The battered haddock had a surprising sweetness to it, something I've not experienced before, but it was delightful. The batter itself retained a slight amount of oil, although not enough to distract from the overall enjoyment. The chips were spot on, tasty and moorish. The mushy peas, while a touch on the wet side, had a lovely subtle flavour. The English curry sauce was extra thick and had quite a bit going on. Spam fritter was fairly typical in that it carried a fair amount of oil, but it was still tasty. The chili con carne and chips with cheese were delicious, full of flavour, without being overly spicy, and genuinely satisfying. Cooking in. Oil, hygiene rating, 3, card or cash, fish review, haddock. You see, it breaks my heart when I come across low. I'm not out there to review the lowest or low-rated chippies or rate them low. I'm out there to support and promote them. The food reviews get me out there. They help me show other people what's out there, what's involved in the fish and chip shop, the lies behind them, everything. And the different foods, it's not just fish and chips, different cooking methods. So it hurts. And I don't go out looking for the worst, like I say, or bad ones or low-rated ones. You know, leave that to other people to do, you know, for views and likes and whatever else. I'm out there to find the best, to look for great fish and chip shops. So every time I do a review, it goes up on Google. And it usually goes up on Google before I've actually started the editing so that I can include it in the editing. So it went up yesterday, the Google review. And I was contacted by the owner about the hygiene rating. And super polite, "Hi Stephen, I hope this message finds you well. Thank you for your valuable feedback regarding your visit to Kirkhall Lane Chippy. We're thrilled to hear that you enjoyed most of our meals. Your comments about the peas and English curry are appreciated, and we will certainly use this insight to enhance our sauces moving forward. It's wonderful to know our service left a positive impression. I believe the hygiene rating we received was unjust, as it was based on minor issues such as a broken tile and the delay in hot water, which took 10 minutes to come on, and the fact that our pies had to be heated in the microwave before being displayed. These factors do not reflect the true hygiene standards of our shop, especially considering our commitment to maintaining a clean and tidy environment. Something you witnessed yourself. We greatly value your feedback and trust that potential customers won't be discouraged by what we consider an unfair hygiene rating. Thank you for your prompt response. We look forward to welcoming you back in the near future. Have a wonderful evening." You see, that's lovely. And that explains things to people. I thought I'd put that in this video review so that people can make their own mind up, which they're doing anyway when they're watching this review. Probably before the review, and certainly after the review. But they can look at this, they can listen to this, that kind of thing. But anyway, see you on the next one.
The Chippy Tour, cruising the coast, can't ignore. With every bite, I'm loving it more. Saving the chippies, that's what I'm for. Yo, I hit the road, got salt in my veins. From London to Scotland, through sunshine and rain. Fish and chips in my hand, it's a noble quest. Supporting the classics, yeah, I'm doing my best. Met a bloke in Troon with a tempura squid. A castle in Wales where I had my bid. From mushy peas to battered Mars bar. A culinary Johnny, I'm a food rock star.